we now begin with the further discussion regarding AC circuit analysis, which is a very important aspect. And as I had already stated, I will try to explain the things in such a manner so that the things are quite simple and understandable. I will try to explain right from the very fundamental basics. Last time we had discussed that the concept of impedance for capacitor and inductor. So when we are having an input, when we apply alternating current signal, AC signal, so it is short form. So AC is alternating current, that is a short form which is quite familiar, with which everybody is quite familiar with. So basically the input is of sinusoidal nature. So I hope that in this subject, I think now we will move at a rapid rate by spending more time, because I have deliberately not touched upon the concept of current source initially. I have deliberately kept the concept of Laplace transform, concept of complex image, that is the, even I had not introduced the variable that or the theme of root of minus, the imaginary concept. I am trying to explain in a simple manner, assuming that what is voltage is known by everybody, even though it is not fully known, it is assumed that it is pseudo understood. So we can build a very simple theme which encompasses, which covers all the points in the subject. So what we have a voltage source which is of the nature sin omega t or cos omega t, which has a nature sin omega t, cos omega t, or in general it is sinusoidal. Whether it is sin or cos depends upon at when you start, you are at which position. So in general we can say that the voltage Vs or Vin you can use is a sin omega t. And when such a sinusoidal frequency of angle omega is, or in general we can also add phi. You can add or you can start with the thing that phi equal to 0. So a sin omega t plus phi is a general sinusoidal signal. I hope that, and basically why, now you will be surprised to know that whether that the concept of sine and cosine or sinusoidal signals, when we differentiate them, when we integrate them, they remain sinusoidal. So it is possible, means when we have a circuit consisting of any R, any L or any C, or any kind of combination of all these things, in that situation when we apply a sinusoidal voltage to that circuit, then currents in all branches and voltages in all at between all any 2 points in the entire circuit are sinusoidal in nature, because when we differentiate capacitor, inductor are differentiating and integrating in a different sense for the voltage, and because of that, and we connect them to each other in any manner. So ultimately what we need, ultimately what we have, differentiation, multiplication and integration. When we were having only a constant things, in that case for a resistive circuit we always find that the currents and voltages are constant throughout at any given in any given branch or between any 2 given points. But if we add inductor or capacitor there, then that doesn't remain. But for sinusoidal waveform, since differentiation is a sinusoid, integration is a sinusoid, and multiplication is a sinusoid, and addition of any 2 sinusoids is also a sinusoid, everything is sinusoidal signal of same frequency, may be of different amplitude and different phase. I hope this is the fundamental crux of AC analysis. I will explain Marathi. ज्या सर्किटमध्ये इंडक्टर आणि कॅपॅसिटर आहेत अशा सर्किटला फक्त साइन वेव्ह अनालिसिसच करता येतं. कारण जर दुसरी कुठली तुम्ही वेव्ह दिली, दुसरा वेव्हफॉर्म दिला तर त्याचं डिफरन्सिएशन आणि इंटिग्रेशन वेगळं असल्यामुळं वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी जे समजा स्क्वेअर वेव्ह दिली तर सगळीकडे स्क्वेअर असं होत नाही. सगळ्यात सोपं सांगतो तुम्हाला, जर RLC सर्किटला तुम्ही स्क्वेअर वेव्ह इनपुट दिलं तर सगळ्या ठिकाणचे करंट आणि व्होल्टेज स्क्वेअर वेव्ह नसतात. ट्रँग्युलर दिलं तर ट्रँग्युलर वेव्ह नसतात. पण साइन वेव्ह जर इनपुट दिलं तर त्या RLC सर्किटमध्ये किती R असू देत, किती L असू देत, किती C असू देत, ते तुम्ही कसेही एकमेकांशी जोडा, कुठल्याही दोन पॉइंट मधला तुम्ही व्होल्टेज काढलं तर ते सिनुसॉइडलच असतं. कुठल्याही कंपोज मधनं करंट काढला तो ब्रांच मधनं करंट काढला तो सिनुसॉइडल असतो. त्याच फ्रिक्वेन्सीचा फक्त एम्प्लिट्यूड आणि फेज बदलते. कारण का तर साइन वेव्ह, sinusoidal wave, now I explain in English. If you multiply a sinusoidal signal by some constant, it remains sinusoid. If you add two sinusoids of same frequency, maybe of different amplitude, different phase, that is, if I add A1 sin omega t plus phi 1 plus A2 sin omega 2 plus phi 2, I always get sin omega t is always there, A3 sin omega t plus phi 3. So addition of two sinusoids is always a sinusoid of same frequency. Derivative of a sinusoid is always sinusoid of same frequency. Differentiation of A sin omega t plus phi is always something B sin omega t plus theta. Means what changes? Amplitude and phase. So when for sine wave, for sinusoidal signal, the differentiation operator does not change the nature of the signal, it results into a sinusoid. Therefore, answer is always a sinusoid. For a sinusoidal signal, everything is sinusoid. Now, with this, I want you to find the answers without taking any help. Therefore, I have deliberately Laplace transform. I have not told the concept of the imaginary thing that is Z root of minus. I have not told. I want this, that everybody of you should have a visualization of analysis of what we can say AC circuit. So I will give a very simple, and I hope that you must have found, you must have observed that our idea always is to go through the things in a simple manner. So I apply very simple input. Input is simple cos omega, or we can say sin omega t. Input V in t, what I apply is sin omega t, and I have one resistor. I can draw like this, or if you want that resistor should be shown in horizontal manner in RC circuit, you may not like it, so both show vertically, so we show like this, it doesn't make any difference. And values also deliberately I take 1 ohm and 1 farad. So this is my popular example of RC circuit where I start with 1 farad and 1 ohm resistance, and simple is calculate IT. Calculate IT. Calculate IT. So how do you proceed to calculate IT? And obviously there can be second answer. There can be second or subsequent obvious question. Calculate VOT, where VOT is output across the capacitor. So we are at a very simple state wherein we know that capacitor there is a differential relationship, resistor there is a linear relationship. We have got the concept of capacitor as for capacitor. Now I will not give any hint. Those who want to try on their own should pause the video, try for some time, and then switch on the video again. So how do we proceed? One thing, please don't apply something which is known to you, which includes Z or Laplace transform. Those who have directly admitted, or those who have, sorry, there are no directly admitted students right now. Those who have done something in 11th, 12th in what vocational, what they should not apply, means Z should not be used. Z should not be used for that purpose. So we have seen that impedance of capacitor is 1 upon omega C. Impedance of capacitor 1 upon omega C, and there is angle difference. 1 upon omega C, and there is angle difference. But how impedance of resistance is, now I make a further change. I remove this omega also, and I keep omega 1. So I apply V into a sin t, and I want VOT. So how do we proceed? Again, there is a very interesting scenario. You, based on what I have told to you, you try to find it out, and you should find it difficult to find out because straightforward analysis is not so easy. You may be required to write differential equation and then solve the differential equation, and that again is very not so easy process. So sometimes we cannot find it in a forward way. So we take help of some kind of reverse engineering. What is reverse engineering? We take help of some assumption which I had told, that in a sinusoidal circuit, in a circuit, in a RLC circuit, RC circuit, RL circuit, LC circuit, when input is sinusoid, when it acts on a sinusoidal excitation, you might have read somewhere in the book, there is a sinusoidal input signal. In that case, everything in the circuit is sinusoidal. In current in every branch, voltage between any 2 points is sinusoidal. So you can definitely assume one, and then you can find the other. So VOT, you can find, or VOT you can find, because once the moment in which you find one, other is automatic. So let us assume VOT. I again repeat, finding VOT is not so easy directly, but we assume VOT, and then what, in the assumption we are taking help of something which is told to you, that is everything in a circuit which consists of R, L and C, or any of them, to which a sinusoidal input is applied, is sinusoid of the same frequency, different amplitude, different phase. So I can assume this as A sine omega is one, that is T plus phi. So what I start derivation by a very simple presumption, that is let VOT is equal to A sine T plus phi. Let VOT is equal to A sine T plus phi. I think there is no mistake in assumption, because we took the sinusoid of same frequency. A is the amplitude which I have to find out, phi is the phase which I have to find out. Now, how can we proceed? Voltage VOT, which is assumed, is A sine T plus omega. Now, what will be the current? What will, for this voltage across capacitor? So current through capacitor will be, so that will give me this IT is same, as it is series circuit, same current will flow. Now I have got same current flowing through resistor and capacitor, depending, and I know voltages across both of them. Listen very carefully now. Input voltage I have applied, that I know. Output voltage I have assumed. I know resistor, I know capacitor. Now I know voltage across capacitor, I know voltage across resistor. How? Voltage across resistor is this voltage plus minus this voltage minus this voltage. Voltage across capacitor is this voltage. Now, since it is series circuit, same current IT will flow. But same current IT I can find by two methods. When I know voltage across resistor, I know current through resistor is voltage across resistor upon resistance. And when I know voltage across capacitor, I know that I am having a very clear logic that current through capacitor is derivative of the voltage. So I can find this. Here I can say IRT. This is IRT is ICT. So this current I can say IRT. This current I can say ICT, and since it is series circuit, I can say IRT is equal to ICT is equal to IT. So with this now, how I can find ICT? ICT is very obvious. ICT is dVCT by dt. But what is VC? VC is VOT, that is I have assumed that is A sin omega, A sin t plus phi. So ICT is A cos omega is 1, so t plus phi is A cos t plus phi. What is IRT? What is IRT? Voltage IRT I can write 1 upon R VRT. What is R? R is 1. So that is VRT. What is VRT? VRT is V in T minus VOT. Friends, I am explaining it in very simple manner because this is the first subject which each and everything should be well understood by everybody, not just because it is given in the book, not just because others say I do. No, everybody of you has to understand. So this. So what is V? So now I can write. What is V in T? V in T is V in T is A is 1 I have assumed. A is 1. So V in T is sin omega t, sin t. So V in T is sin t, not t plus something. So t is 0 minus A sin. So what is VOT I assume? A sin t plus phi. This is VRT. So what is IRT? Same as VRT because it is 1. So I have got IRT as sin t minus A sin t plus phi, and ICT I will write once again here itself, A cos t plus phi. So you are supposed now IRT and ICT, and since it is a series circuit, IRT is equal to ICT. So you have to write now this equality, that is IRT is sin t, IRT is sin t minus A sin t plus phi, IC is a cos t plus phi. A cos t plus phi. So now I will not. Now how to proceed? Is it that I am on right path? Whether the answer is within my reach now? Yes. Now it is a standard 11th standard trigonometric problem. It is, or a standard is used twice. So it's a classical 11th standard trigonometric problem. Sin t, this is 1 sin t plus 0 minus a sin t plus phi. So sin plus sin will again be a sine, right? And this is a cos t plus phi. So this you can convert to sine again, or you can replace this IRT, you can assume, you can find this IRT by 1 sin t plus 0 minus a sin t plus 0. I am sure that if this I will not spend time in the class. This you are supposed to think on your own, and I am sure that everybody of you, if you revisit 11th standard textbooks, or there is no need to refer textbook, you can just have a Google search and you can find it in b cos t plus theta. This IRT, which is sum of two sinusoids of same frequency, you can write it as something cos or something sine, because here just by changing the angle you can change it cos or sine. लक्षात आलं का? sin t plus minus a sin t plus phi हे तुम्ही काहीतरी डेरिवेशन करून something b cos t plus phi असं लिहू शकता. b cos t plus phi असं लिहू शकता. तो जो b येईल, हा जो b येईल, हा b हा a शी काहीतरी रिलेटेड असतो, आणि हा थीटा सुद्धा b हा a आणि phi शी रिलेटेड असतो. हा थीटा सुद्धा theta and phi a शी रिलेटेड असतो. So you can equate these two. So b equal to a, theta equal to phi. b equal to a, theta equal to phi, and doing that you get two equations. What are two equations? What are two unknowns? A and phi are unknown. You get two equations. b मध्ये वेगळं येत नाही. Something as a function of a and phi. हा theta सुद्धा a and phi चा function असतो. So you have two equations. These two must be equal. These two must be equal. Two unknowns, a and phi, and you can find a and phi. You can find a and phi. So how do we proceed? I will give you direct answer. This I will give as an exercise for you. This I will give as an exercise, or I will give some hint further. How to proceed? I once again now tell you in simple manner, because this is something which is crux of AC circuit analysis. मराठीत सांगतो. नुसत्या रेझिस्टन्सला सिनुसॉइड व्होल्टेज जोडलं, आन्सर काढता येतं मला. रेझिस्टन्सचं कॉम्बिनेशन केलं कसं पण काढता येतं. नुसत्या कॅपॅसिटरला जोडलं तरी काढता येतं. आता रेझिस्ट सगळ्यात, म्हणजे हे मी एक्झाम्पल घेतलेलं आहे अत्यंत कमीत कमी कॉम्प्लेक्स सर्किट आहे, एकदम सोपं सर्किट की ज्यामध्ये एक आर आणि एक सी आहे. एक आर आणि एक सी, आर सी सिरीज सर्किटला सिन्युसॉइडल इनपुट दिल्यानंतर, आर सी सिरीज सर्किटला सिन्युसॉइडल इनपुट दिल्यानंतर करंट काढायचा हे इतकं सोपं आहे. पण जे या रूट -1 ची मदत न घेता हे काढायचं आणि नंतर हे कळलं. सी व्हॉट आय वॉन्ट that everybody of you should be able to find these things independently. म्हणजे you know MATLAB today, so if you start everything using MATLAB, then you would be so much handicapped that you will not know that there are some people who have written MATLAB code. Those who have written MATLAB code did not know MATLAB. So to write MATLAB code, you must understand the fundamental formula. Like that, when in the next sessions the simple ways to find the answers, concept of complex impedance will be introduced to you. That time you must know that by complex impedance I am making things simple, which I can find out on my own without taking help of complex impedance. जे स्क्वेअर रूट ऑफ -1 ची मदत न घेता, आरसी सर्किटला, आणि मी व्हॅल्यू पण सोप्या घेतलेत, आरसी सर्किटला आर इक्वल टू 1, सी इक्वल टू 1, ओमेगा इक्वल टू 1 ला साइन टी हा सिग्नल दिला, तर करंट काय येईल हे मला काढायला आलंच पाहिजे. आणि त्याकरता जे आपल्याला माहिती आहे, ओनली व्हॉट इज नोन टू अस, resistor current is voltage across resistor upon resistance. Capacitance current is C into derivative of voltage. Resistance current, voltage across resistor upon resistance. Capacitor current, capacitance C into derivative of voltage. एवढं वापरून सिंपल पद्धतीने हे आहे. So here IRT I found out, I have assumed answer which includes A and phi. I have assumed answer which includes A and phi. I have found out IRT, I have found out ICT, and since this series circuit both are equal, so I can equate. So when I equate these two, I get two equations, and these two equations, they are two unknowns, A and phi, and once I found these two unknowns, the answer is done. When I find these two unknowns, the answer is done. So how do we? So I will give you hint. IRT, which is sin t minus A sin t plus phi. So this is 1 sin t. So I hope you might be aware. I can write under root 1 plus a square 1 upon under root 1 plus a square sin t minus a upon under root 1 plus a square sin of t plus phi. So what I achieved here, 1 and a under root 1 plus a square, I multiplied and divided. So I got two terms, 1 upon under root 1 plus a square, where 1 is a real number, a square is a real number, a upon under root 1 plus a square. So I am sure now that both of these numbers, 1 upon this and a upon this, will be less than plus minus 1, between the range of plus minus 1. And if I square them and add, see, if I have got both numbers in between minus 1 and plus 1, and if their square addition is 1, then if one of them I can assume as cosine, I can assume other as sine. I can assume other as sine. So this I can assume as something cosine, this I can assume as sine. But again there is a problem, sine t plus phi. Sine t plus phi is there. So for that t plus phi you will be required to expand. You will be required to you can expand this. So directly as such here I don't get. If this was so, this is of not immediate use. This you need to expand sin a plus b. That you can expand. How do you expand sin a plus b? Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Then you can proceed further. So this may not be appropriate. So you need to work. See, this is very simple, but I am not getting to it because the procedure is longer. Result is known. Result is known, procedure is long. What is the result? One sinusoid plus other sinusoid of same frequency has to be sinusoid of same frequency. So I rework again, sin t minus a into bracket sin t plus phi. So it is sin t minus a into bracket sin t cos phi plus cos t sin phi. Am I right? You can correct me if I am wrong somewhere. So this I can write as sin t minus a cos phi sin t minus a sin phi cos t. So it is becoming much longer. This I write at the top. So this is 1. So 1 minus a cos phi sin t minus a sin phi cos t. Now you are somewhat closer. 1 minus a cos phi sin t minus a sin phi cos t. Now I got rid of that phase shift phi. So this and this. So what I can do, so I will see it is somewhat quite longer. So this is I can write as p sin t minus q cos t. Then I can write this as p upon under root p square plus q square sin t minus q upon under root p square plus q square cos t whole multiplied by p square plus q square under root. Now you can assume that this under root, this we have to go p square plus q square, everything we have to write later on. This I can write as, now you can assume this as, you have freedom, cos delta sin t, this you can assume as cos delta sin t minus this will be obviously sin delta cos t. Cos delta sin t minus sin delta cos t In such case, then this are multiplied by what is delta? Delta, what is cos delta? Cos delta is p upon under root p square plus q square. Sin delta is q upon under root p square plus q square. So this is equal to sin t cos delta minus sin t cos delta minus cos t sin delta is I am not yet exactly sure. It is p square into under root p square plus q square into sin of t minus delta, or sin of t minus delta, and what this is ICT. The p q delta you have to replace, and what is IRT? IRT we have found as this is IRT, and ICT we have already found as a cosine of t plus phi. Now this sine and cosine you can equate just by a cosine of pi by 2 cos is sine of pi by 2 plus theta. So you can just have sine of t plus phi plus pi by 2. Then you can equate this and this, and you can find a as well as phi. So you can find a as well as phi, that you can very easily find. Now it is somewhat tedious. Each time you have to go through this thing. What is the answer, by the way? If somebody, now this would be exercise, it will be very much time consuming to derive it, but it is very clear that we are up to the answer, finding of which is somewhat tedious. So you must be knowing that here in this case answer is one upon root 2 sine of t plus pi by 4, 1 upon root 2 sine of t plus pi by 4. Is it the answer? You can cross check the answer. Or you can cross check this for minus pi by 4. Somewhere you will be getting the correct value. You can just re-verify. So I hope that the entire purpose of this exercise, why it was told in this way, is because now since derivative of sinusoid is always a sinusoid, there is no need of any kind of differential equation. We are not required to write any differential equation. So we get free from differential equation. In previous case where we were applying some input, that is it was not there, and at t equal to 0 we were applying some DC input, that time we are required to work with differential equations. Here we get rid of differential equations because directly we replace by sinusoid and we get trigonometric equation. Listen very carefully. For AC circuit analysis, we get rid of differential equation. Here, at no point of time differential equation has come once I replace the capacitor current by C dVc by dt. So I get a trigonometric equation, and a trigonometric equation what I get is somewhat complex to solve independently. Therefore now we must find ways and means to solve to work with something by taking help of square root of -1. I would be explaining it in detail after some time, but right now we don't have time luxury to go through the very details, so I will be giving you the working logic. I would be telling you all those things at appropriate time with its very fundamental details. Prior to that, whether you will verify whether the 1 upon root 2 means the input is sin t, the magnitude is 1, there is 0 phase. Output is amplitude is 1 upon root 2 and phase is pi by 4, whether plus or minus you verify. Plus or minus you verify, that is called as lead and lag. You just think on your own and verify which of these two is correct. But I would like to ask a very interesting question. At t equal to 0, what will happen? At t equal to 0, what is input? So let us assume, just for the sake of assumption, let us assume that this is the answer. 1 upon root 2 sine of t plus pi by 4 is the answer of output voltage. At t equal to 0, what is the input? This is VMP. At t equal to 0, input is 0. And what is the output? 1 upon root 2 sine of pi by 4. What is sine of pi by 4? Sine of pi by 4 is half. Sine of pi by 1 by root 2. Forget everything now. I will be giving you the simple ways to arrive at. The purpose of today's session is to clearly tell you that we can find answer by simple trigonometry. Only thing is that it would be very tedious and you are required to work rigorously to find the answers in an AC circuit where we take help of where we are having either R, L or C and having a sinusoidal input. So output is sin t 1 by root 2 sin t plus pi by 4, let us say. Plus or minus you find out exactly. I am giving you this as an exercise. So at t equal to 0, input is 0, output is sin 0 plus pi by 4, that is sin 45. Sin 45 degree is 1 upon root 2. So 1 upon root 2 into 1 upon root 2, answer is half. So input is 0, output is half. From where this has come? And therefore, so I think this I have just shackled you, and therefore now I would like to add to the complexity further. So this is my technique. First explain simple manner so that you get something. But the things are not the things in the world merely because I tell them in simple manner, that doesn't make things in the world simple. मी सांगितलंय सोप्या पद्धतीने म्हणून जगातल्या गोष्टी सोप्या होत नाही. जगातल्या गोष्टी तशा अवघडच असतात. त्यामुळं मी सांगितलंय सगळं कळतंय म्हणजे जगातलं सगळं सोपं असं नाही. Why I tell it in simple manner, so that you should get a practice to think in a proper way. Things are not so easy. सो असं म्हणजे मी सांगतोय ते सोपं आहे आणि हे म्हणजेच पूर्ण सर्किट थिअरी आहे असं तुम्हाला वाटू नये म्हणून एखादी गोष्ट अवघड सांगत असतो मी. सो नाव इफ आय हॅव sin t, this is 1 and this is 1. Capacitor is initially discharged. There is no charge across the capacitor, the resistor is there. And if I connect at t equal to 0, if I make the switch on, what will the output? V in t equal to sin t astana VOT 1 upon root 2 sin t plus pi by 4. At t equal to 0, it is half. Now at t equal to 0, I connect. इथे चार्ज नाहीच आहे, कॅपॅसिटर नाही आहे. सो व्होल्टेज अक्रॉस कॅपॅसिटर cannot change instantaneously. So at t equal to 0, VOT has to be 0. And here and here, when I say that V in t is sin t, VOT is 1 upon root 2 sin t plus pi by 4. So at t equal to 0, VOT here is half at t equal to 0, and VO0 here is half and it is 0. So what is the difference? Okay, half असेल समजा at minus pi over तर minus half असेल. So I am very much sure you just verify which is the answer. But if it is plus, answer is plus. If it is minus, answer is minus. But here it is to be 0. So what is the difference between this circuit and this circuit? Listen now very carefully. V in t equal to sin t. हे जोडलेलं म्हणजे त्याचा अर्थ काय? हे जोडलेलंच आहे. म्हणजे जगाच्या प्रारंभापासून जणू काही जोडलंय. फ्रॉम t equal to minus infinity. असं जर का असेल, in that case it is correct. Similarly here, when you connect it, initially you find output is 0. Then after, so if you plot V in t and VOT, this is very interesting. See, and if you plot the graph, in initial part the graph will be different, and afterwards the graph will go to VOTs 1 upon root 2 sin t plus pi by 4. So this is called a steady state. So this circuit is assumed as if it has started right at the beginning of the world, whereas this circuit you are starting now. म्हणजे मागच्या वर्षी मी हा जेव्हा विषय शिकवला होता तेव्हा जर मी ते मागच्या वर्षी जेव्हा विषय शिकवत होतो तेव्हा मी हा प्रश्न विचारला असता की द स्विच इज क्लोज्ड ॲट t equal to 0. मागच्या वर्षी केला आहे आणि आता मागच्या वर्षी करून ठेवलं इथं आहे. सो फॉर यू इट इज लाईक दिस. फॉर यू लक्षात आलं का? मागच्या वर्षी मी हा जो सर्किट थ्री विषय शिकवला आहे त्यांना हा प्रॉब्लेम दिला होता. त्यांना sin t व्होल्टेज सिग्नल जनरेटर होता. ॲट t equal to 0 तो ऑन केला आणि तेव्हापासून तसाच आहे तो. आणि हा तेव्हा ऑन केला आहे तेव्हा ऑन जेव्हा केला असतो तेव्हा आता जेव्हा टी येतो, आता ती 0 ची गरज नाही. आता इथे काय तुम्ही साइन इज रिपिटेटिव्ह, मग जेव्हा sin t 0 sin t 0 कधी होतं t equal to 0 2 pi 4 pi or t equal to 0 pi 2 pi 4 pi. So after each interval of 2 pi it repeats. तर मागच्या वर्षी सुरू केलाय दर 2 pi टाइम नंतर 2 pi सेकंड नंतर तो 0 येणार. आता जेव्हा येतो तेव्हा जेव्हा इथं ही साइन वेव्हफॉर्म असते तेव्हा इथली वेव्हफॉर्म ही अशी असू शकते. So there is a constant phase shift of pi by 4 and voltage here is 0, voltage here is something like 1/2. that is possible, that is called a steady state. म्हणजे सर्किट सुरू केलं की काही काळ वेगळं पद्धतीत वागतं आणि बऱ्याच काळ नंतर स्टेडी स्टेट असतो. दिस इज समथिंग विच इज ट्रान्झिएंट अँड स्टेडी स्टेट अनालिसिस. सो दिस ऑल्सो यू मस्ट बी कीपिंग इट इन माइंड. So what in today's lecture, what I am winding up the today's lecture. In today's lecture, what I told, number one, how to have AC analysis for simple RC circuit, how to find the answer. Because of the trigonometric equations, the things become very difficult, but it is very clear that answer is there. So answer is there, answer can be found. Only thing is that procedure is somewhat difficult. So I need to build some different procedure by taking help of some other techniques in mathematics, that is j equal to root of -1, that I will. So in the next lecture I would be revolving around this concept, which is very important concept, which is not so properly understood. That's what my observation, not so properly understood, not so properly explained, and somehow since everybody says it, since people say every individual falls in the group of people and starts saying that. Just like I say, you don't mean it but you say. Since you say, somebody doesn't mean it but he says, and everybody says, and everybody thinks that it is like this only, even though he has not understood. म्हणजे समोरचा म्हणतो मी म्हणतो आणि कोणतरी म्हणतो आणि कोणतरी म्हणतो आणि कोणतरी म्हणतो आणि सगळे जेव्हा म्हणायला लागतात तेव्हा मला वाटलं लागतं की असंच आहे की जे मला कळलंच नाही. सो इवन इफ आय हॅव नॉट अंडरस्टूड एनिथिंग, आय चेंज माय व्हॉट वी कॅन से presumption state or my logic state such that as if I know it. So this is one such thing about which there is universal confusion that I will try to address in the next lecture. And in today's lecture, one more thing is that the sinusoidal analysis what we provide, that when I say that I have applied V in t equal to sin t, it means that it existed for t right from -infinity. If I don't do that and if I apply this circuit, then the answer here and this answer are different. So the answer what I find when I apply input as unconditional means when I say that V in t is sin t, it means that it is valid for all t, right from the beginning of the right from t equal to -infinity.